Oh, I just noticed I completely forgot to write an introduction to this video. Anyways, today we'll be looking at volume 3 of Akira. Will it be better than the last two volumes? I already know the answer to this. Let us find out. Look, I didn't want to make a long introduction today since I have no idea what to say. Egg! This volume starts with everyone's reaction to Tetsuo being hit by an airstrike, and then we cut to Nezu talking with Lady Miyako, who tells her helper to do something, but Nezu objects to it. However, Miyako assures Nezu that he doesn't need her help, and after talking to her helper, she tells her helper to leave and notes that she can't even cry at a moment like this. The city is in utter chaos with everyone smashing stuff and destroying everything. We see Kei and Kaneda along with an unconscious Akira trying to make it to a safe area. We then cut to some kids messing with a robot, and the night guard yells at them to scram. We learn that these robots are the final form of defense for the nation that will even work when every single human are dead. We then cut back to Kei's group who made it back to Auntie's hiding place. I'll call her Auntie from now on. Kaneda is eating like a pig before Kei asks Auntie if there was any luck in seeing Ryu, but she tells her that there's no sign of him, before reassuring Kei that Ryu is fine and can survive on his own, before we get a look at Akira still unconscious. Meanwhile, a group of scientists talk amongst themselves how they're going to explain the Code 7 emergency to the government, and the colonel, along with everyone, chucks it up to a computer error when they have to testify in court. However, Nezu isn't buying that excuse, so when he's talking to someone about not trusting what he said, he is informed that Kei is calling him. Nezu tells Kei that he doesn't have permission to call him yet before being interrupted by the fact that they have Akira. Nezu and Kei meet up, and she's able to confirm everything that Nezu wants to know, and he leaves, but Kei asks if he has heard anything about Ryu, but he tells her no. Nezu heads back to his office only to see Ryu there, and he gets mad at Ryu. But Nezu then tells Ryu that he doesn't need him anymore, since he got all the information he needed by someone else. Meanwhile, Kei returns back to her hiding place while being followed, and later that night, Kaneda goes to take a piss, and when he gets back, he looks upstairs to see a girl and Akira going to the roof. Kaneda tries to stop them, but the girl pushes Kaneda back. Seems like the girl has some kind of psychic powers too. Also, this is the same girl who was Lady Miyako's helper. Kei and Auntie go and check up on Kaneda, and he tells them what happened, and Auntie pulls out a massive gun and plans to kill the girl with it. Meanwhile, the girl and Akira are stopped by robots who are able to do a number on them. Just about when the robots are about to take them out, Kaneda along with Auntie and Kei comes to save them. The girl and Akira uses the moment to escape. Meanwhile, guards learn that one of the robots were destroyed and deploy people to get the people who destroyed them. This fails when Auntie shoots the robots. Kaneda uses the moment to put Akira on his shoulder, and the four of them leave. Miyako gets frustrated and calls Nezu and grills him about his subordinates taking Akira from them. Nezu assures Miyako that they are former subordinates and that he'll get Akira back. She excuses him after that. Nezu gets a call from Rei and uses this opportunity to meet them at the ship. He and Kei talks about Akira before Nezu takes a helicopter with Akira on it to safety. Meanwhile, Kaneda and Auntie are served food, and Kei is with a guard who shoots Kei in the shoulder. Also turns out the food that they were given were poisoned, and Kaneda feels sick. Auntie, who did eat the food, goes to find Kei and saves her from certain death. They escape, but not before being able to trick Nezu's allies into revealing where they took Akira. Nezu learns that the three of them have escaped and wants to find him. He is driven by the car he stopped by guards near the dock. They recognize Nezu and shoot at the car, but the driver drives away, and the guards give chase. Colonel had decided to ask the three psychic users, Takashi, Mazura, and Kyoko, to team up, and they're flying above the city as the whole Nezu thing is happening. Meanwhile, Kei, Kaneda, and Auntie make it to shore, but not before Kaneda decides to let the boat crash into the bridge. Kei asks if this was necessary, and Kaneda says it was a great distraction. Kaneda is able to sneak into Miyako's building and wants to find a way to get into the room Akira is in, and luckily, a guy comes in and tells the others that Nezu is being shot at and they need to help him, so the three of them leave, and the guy, who has some kind of learning disability, has to stay. Kaneda knocks him out. Kaneda decides to take Akira with him, and he's able to escape but stopped by one of the building guards who is about to shoot him, but Kei comes and saves him. They escape and reunite with Auntie. Meanwhile, Nezu makes it back to the hideout after being chased and shot by guards, only to find Akira gone. and Kaneda having left a not so nice message. Also at the same time, Ryu is suspecting something big is happening since it has got Nezu all worked up. Meanwhile, Kei's group is able to escape, but is stopped by 3 people, including the girl who was Miyako's helper. They start fighting Kei's group, but gets bodied by them, until Colonel's ship comes and lands. The 3 kids use the commotion to take Akira and run off. Sasaki, the girl who is Miyako's helper, is with Akira, but gets stopped by Nezu's army, along with Nezu, who monologues about Akira, but then Sasaki is saved by the other girl, who later gets shot by the guards. Meanwhile, the 3rd girl is running, finds herself in the way of Colonel and Takashi, who are told by Kyoko that their psychic powers come from Akira but is limited. Colonel orders Takashi to fight the girl. He is very reluctant about it but still does it. She is able to protect herself but only tires herself out and warns Sasaki telepathically. Meanwhile, Kaneda steals a fucking tank and tricks the guy inside to shoot Nezu's men, only for him to steal the tank and get Auntie and Kei inside the tank. I wanted to talk about this, but like, holy shit, the amount of times I've seen Kaneda or one of the allies doing some crazy shit is insane. I feel like if they had plot armor, they could basically solo Goku at this point if they wanted to. Like, goddamn, this is some insane shit for an anime character. He's basically a batshit insane protagonist. Anyways, they take the tank and cause havoc trying to find Akira, only to end up in a shopping mall and exploding the tank while fighting enemies. After knocking out the last opponent, they leave the mall area. Ryu also appears and finds Akira in a dumpster and is about to leave with him, but is stopped by Nezu, who reveals it's Akira, which shocks Ryu. Ryu fires at Nezu, harming him, but not killing him yet. Ryu and Akira hide from the military and makes it to a bridge and is stopped by Sasaki, who then gets stopped by Kei's group. Kei and Ryu finally reunite, but it's cut short when Sasaki is able to escape with Akira, only for the Colonel and his army to come and stop everything. They're about to arrest everyone when Takashi tries to talk to Akira, only for Takashi to get sniped in the head by Nezu, who then gets fired at by Colonel's men. Takashi is now presumably dead, which angers Akira to the point where he causes an explosion so big that it's done in 20 pages. And in these pages, we see Sasaki die, which Lady Miyako mourns, and possibly Kaneda dying. I'm not fully sure about that one. After the whole explosion, we see every surviving person's reaction to everything. We end the volume with Tetsuo making his first appearance in a while to give Akira a hand. The 2 of them fly together into the sky. Overall, a very big step up from the last volume. It was short, but I feel like it adds to how good it was. We finally got to see Nezu's true motives for getting Akira in these chapters. Also seeing Akira causing a massive explosion was incredible too. Also, Kaneda basically stealing a tank was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Next time, we will be looking at a bigger volume with volume 4, so don't expect it next week, but we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys, well, next time. Bye bye.